Given that there were only 8 episodes, the writers had to quickly undercut the dramatic cliffhangers from the previous shows. For example, at the conclusion of Luke Cage Season 1, he goes to prison, and the writers obviously needed him out on the street so that he can defend. So they did that quite efficiently in just a couple of scenes. This whole thing kinda undermines the dramatic effect of the Luke Cage Season 1 ending though. It's kind of like what you can expect from Flash Season 4, where the writers had to quickly resolve the entire Barry stuck in the Speed Force prison thingy. Even though they got Luke Cage released from the jail within a couple of minutes, they take another 3 episodes to get all the Defenders together. Let's not forget that we have only 8 episodes here. They spend the first 2 episodes quite slowly going through the motions and re-establishing who the characters are to us. In fact, if you have seen the other series, you can jump right in with the 3rd episode and you wouldn't miss a thing. If you came to Defenders expecting to see one of those classic Daredevil fight scenes like the hallway one or the stairway one from Season 2, you will be left disappointed. What you get instead are a bunch of dark, grainy, 4 cuts a second shaky cam fight scenes. Well, there are a few well choreographed ones too, but nothing that you remember long after. And what's the most unusual background music at times? Like that awkward hip-hop number down in the pit. And what's with the Stick's severed hand? I mean, the bandage hand looked longer than his other hand, and it's all so in your face at times. One of the worst things about Defenders is all the setup for which you never get a payoff for. There's this member of the hand who can supposedly punch you at all the right pressure points, which will slow your pulse and eventually kill you. But he dies before he can do any of that. Or maybe he tried that on Luke Cage and well, he's bulletproof, so maybe it didn't like. Then there's the part where the relatives and close friends of the Defenders are gathered in the police station so that they can be safe from the hand. Of course, the Defenders don't trust the cops to be capable enough to take care of the hand themselves, but sure, they trust them to protect their loved ones. And again, no payoff. The hand don't even seem interested to make more of them. By the way, what happened to all the ninjas who could hide their heartbeats and stuff? All we get are like a dozen of pretty ordinary ninjas. I guess they wasted the army's training Elektra. Maybe they shouldn't have even used the last of the substance on Elektra. Maybe instead they should have just gotten the army of ninjas to get Iron Fist instead and trick him into punching the wall. You know, keep things simple. Well, things seemed to get more interesting when there was mention of reinforcements from South America. And just turned out to be another member of the hand with just a couple more of those ordinary ninjas. We start off the season with a scary and desperate Alexandra at the brink of death, who just wants to get her hands on some of the substance. Except 2/3 into the season and she's cotton-mouthed, which also made a storyline about her illness totally irrelevant. Well, don't be worried, because Elektra takes over the hand because she wants to get her hands on the substance too and be immortal, so she decides to lead the hand into... Okay, moving on. New York is under threat of collapsing on itself because the hand wants to remove the dragon bones that are holding the city up. So I guess New York was just collateral damage in the big evil plan to get the dragon bone marrow, the substance that can make them immortal. And for some reason they even built a 30-story building atop the hole, which turned out great for the Defenders because they could just then, collapse the building and fill the hole with the rubble, thereby saving the city. We get this awesome scene where Iron Fist kicks and punches at Luke Cage, who just stands there like it was nothing until Iron Fist summons the Iron Fist. But later, you get Luke struggling to fight against the hand's henchmen, who are just normal humans with normal human strength. You have Elektra punching the Defenders senseless and knocking them out within a couple of seconds. But then she finds herself struggling with Daredevil in the end. But hey, maybe it was lover's quarrel, right? She must have been pulling her punches. And then there's a scene when Bakudo, one of the fingers of the hand, pulls a Luke Cage when he takes bullets to his chest without even a wince. So, for an emo ending, they go with, they kill off Daredevil, and they show you the characters trying to process it for like the last 15 minutes of the season. Yeah, that's sure to render the viewers into a puddle of tears. Except, they already announced Daredevil Season 3 back in like 2016, and it would be a tad pointless if Daredevil wasn't actually in it. Hey, at least it's a tried and proven method, like killing off suits in Batman vs Superman, right? Well, of course, due credit to the writers for the last scene, which showed us that Daredevil actually made it out alive. Which also means that if someone like Daredevil can make out alive of 30 stories of rubble falling on him, so can Elektra. It even could have been Elektra who pulled him out of there. So, just like with Alexandra's illness, this kind of undermines the entire dramatic ending, don't you think? Well, that's it for now. Catch you guys later.